Good morning, students. Welcome to your English grammar class, chapter 13, simple tenses. Before we start, I would like you to solve this exercise. All right? So, students, we will begin with simple present tense. Any action that occurs on a regular basis or facts that stand true all the time, they are referred as simple present tense. The structure of the sentence is subject plus verb 1 plus object. For example, I'll tell you, I play football regularly. So this sentence is showing a regular action of the person, that he plays football regularly. Alright, we play badminton. Alright, so this is also a regular action. Sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth. Facts that stand true all the time. Sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west. So these are universal truth. All the universal truth lie in the category of simple present tense. Any statement, any sentence statement. She dances very well. Radha is an intelligent girl. Any sort of statement is a simple present tense. Alright? How they behave in first, second and third person? I'll show you. I play. We play. Okay? I or we play for first person. You play for second person. For third person, he or she plays. For third person singular number, we add s with the verb. Alright? But for third person plural number, we don't do that. Alright? We don't add any s. They play. He, she, Mohan, Radha, Shyam, Karthik plays. Alright? But when we say they play. Mohan and Shyam play. We don't add s with plural number. Alright? So I hope you understood simple present tense. Let's move on to few more examples. Alright? The sun rises in the east. The earth goes round the sun. Here also these two sentences are showing the universal truths. Alright? My grandparents live in Kerala. Mrs. Bose is a dance teacher. Here it is showing some permanent thing which is happening, which happens all the time. Alright, a statement. A dog barks. The morning prayer begins. About some routine activity. Alright. Now the last one is, father leaves for London tomorrow. The cricket match starts at 6 p.m. To express any future event that are part of a fixed timetable or proper program. Alright. They also fall in the category of simple present tense. Now students, we move on to simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to show an action that is completed before now. Means before now, this point of time, before this point of time, the action has already been completed. Alright, the structure of the sentence is subject plus verb 2 plus object. For example, I played football yesterday. Alright, it snowed yesterday. I received the parcel last week. Students meditated for 1 hour on Thursday. Alright, so these types of sentences where the action has already completed falls under the category of simple past tense. Now, how they behave in persons. For first person, I or we played. Both singular and plural number, we use ed. Actually, in all three persons, we simply add ed. I or we played, you played, he, she, they played. Alright? So, I hope you understood simple past tense. we will go through a little bit more examples. I received the parcel last week. It snowed yesterday. Here these two sentences are showing you the actions which has already completed. To express a past habit, Rishi meditated for 2 hours every day. Here habit is there, but the action has already taken place. So we count it as simple past tense. As a child, Sayani attended yoga classes. Means when Sayani was a child, she attended yoga classes. As a child, I used to dance in my annual function. Alright. So, as a child, I danced in my annual function. So, when I was a child, I danced in my annual function. So, these types of sentences all fall in the category of simple past tense. Alright. I hope it's clear. Now we will move on to simple future tense. All these three simple tenses are very easy, children. So, we will keep moving on and we will solve all the exercises together. Alright. So, simple future tense. It refers to an action that will happen in future. To state what will happen as a matter of habit. Alright. So, the structure of this sentence is subject plus will plus verb 1 plus object. Alright. For example, I will play football tomorrow. She will join the classes on Monday. They will come by 5 o'clock tomorrow. Alright. How they behave in person. We with I and we use shall. With you, we use will plus verb. We shall play. You will play. He, she, they will play. With second person and third person we use will, and with first person we use shall. Alright? Clear? Let us go through a little more examples. Now, you see here, Pratap will take a shower in an hour. It will be Eid in a week. So here in these two sentences, an action that will take place in future is being shown here. Alright. In the second two sentences, this bus will go to the railway station. At high tide, the water will reach that ledge. Means these two are habitual action. ये हमेशा होता है. But it will happen. Now the tide has not gone up. Or now the bus has not come. It has come, but it has not gone. So this bus will go to the railway station. Every day they are going. Tide and bus. But it is showing the future action of a habitual matter. Alright. Now two more. I am going to visit Pune next month. Look at the overcast sky. It is going to rain. So going to is also used as simple future tense. Instead of will, we use going to. Means till now I have not visited, or I am not visiting, I am going to visit. Alright. So this too also shows the action going to take place in future. So I hope it's clear. Now we will solve the exercises. Then it will become more clear. Okay.